Chris Mulkey's acting resume is a long laundry list of TV shows and films. Currently, he has 5 movies that are in post-production, including The Surface, which is filmed right here in Wisconsin, and Tiffany's in that movie.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. That's when I first met him, but he's also in the flick Captain Phillips, which is out in theaters today. It stars Tom Hanks, and it's sure to be an Oscar contender. So we're thrilled to join Chris via Skype from his home in L.A. And Chris, to let you know, we're also here with movie critic Ryan J., who you also know, and he just reviewed Captain Phillips a few minutes ago on the show. How are you this morning?
I'm wonderful.
Yay!
Are you going to sing for us again?
Oh, yeah, sure. Absolutely.
Awesome. Great to see you. Ryan really liked this movie. Tiffany loved this movie.
Loved.
What do you think of it?
I was really moved by it, and I love the movie myself. I think it's just such an award winner. Tom is fantastic in it, maybe the best he's ever been. Of course, our pirate guys are great. Paul Greengrass is amazing. You know, and the guy who cut it, Mr. Roth, Chris Roth, the pacing that he put into the movie was just amazing. I talked with him in New York at the New York Film Festival premiere, and he blew me away by his intellect and all his ability to order drinks too. It was fabulous. No, it was great. If I'm wrong about this, I'll buy everyone pizza. Okay, there you go.
We love pizza. Well, Tom Hanks, Tom Hanks is one of my favorite actors of all time. So I think it's awesome what you got to say about what was it like working with him. I know one of the first scenes when I chatted with you yesterday, I said, you was waiting for that first time you had your line, and your first line kind of about being a union guy on the ship. You didn't sign up for a ship like that where pirates were potentially going to take it over. What was it like working with Tom in the scenes that you had a chance to work with him?
Well, it was great. It was really super casual and informative. He brings a familiarity with him, that makes you once comfortable and also ready to work. There's no off-putting. You just get right into it. You just jump into it, and that scene was really super organic. And then he and I traded the union thing back and forth, so it was pretty funny, as far as the creating of it. And it got pretty hot, and Paul Greengrass said, "Chris, could you do more?" And I said, "Yeah, I can do some more." He said, "Do the thing about the union." And I said, "Yeah, okay, good." So I did that, and then Tom comes back, "Yeah, so you can join your union guys off the ship if you don't want to fight pirates." It's pretty cool.
Love it.
Nice.
And Chris, you have over 180 credits on your resume, but what about working on this film in particular let you know that it was a unique experience that could potentially be an Oscar contender?
Well, Ryan, good morning, by the way, and thanks for having me on, all you guys. This is great to be back in Milwaukee. I'm going to go down and I'm going to get a sausage right after this. I'm going to go down and have a brat and a beer because I'm in Milwaukee right now. But what did you ask, Ryan?
I'm wondering, because you've worked on so many projects, more than 180. What about this experience, though, cued you into the fact that this could be an Oscar contender? It's a very unique film.
I think the first thing that cued me in that it would be an Oscar contender is that the story was so amazing, and I'm not talking necessarily about the historic story. I'm talking about Billy Ray's script. It just completely moved me. And my father was a navigating officer for the Merchant Marines all through the World War II and then afterwards, and so that had a great import for me. But also the conflict in the story between the really super rich country, that would be the United States, thank you very much, and I'm happy to be here, and the struggling, almost not surviving country of Somalia and all those countries in the African Horn. I mean, the conflict between the haves and the have-nots is a great underpinning to the story, and it just drives it. It's fantastic,
I just think the movie in general, it's one of those must-sees. It's something that I think everybody needs to know the story, but also need to see the movie for the phenomenal acting. How was it working with the Somalian actors? Because as Ryan kind of talked about in his movie review,
they had no previous experience.
Yeah. So how was working with them?
They were I would say passionate and fully committed. It was great. I mean, Faisal and Bakad and those were both just ready to do anything, and they were fully committed in every way, which is refreshing. Sometimes you get people, oh, I don't know if I want to do this, or I'm giving a little less energy, but they were pedal to the metal the entire time, and that really drives the script. I'm going to be in the Twin Cities for the Women in Film screening of the movie Tuesday, and so I'll see them, and we're going to sit on a panel together. And I know them from the Mixed Blood Theater in Minneapolis. They come to see me in a play there, and so when I got to Malta, I was on the dock, and I said to the assistant director, said, "Where are the Somali pirates?" And he said, "So the African Americans down there, they're down there." And I yelled down the dock. I went, "Hey, what's up, my Somali pirate buddies?" They went, "Mulkey, what are you doing here?"
Nice.
So,
Chris, and I know at another recent screening you had the occasion to meet the actual Richard Phillips, Captain Phillips. What was it like talking to him via Skype?
He made me feel like I was one of his crew. He was sort of big brothering me, and he was a really kind of a teddy bear guy. But I know on the other side of that teddy bear guy is a guy who is very squared away and knows what he's doing. After the screening in New York, the following day we did the press kit stuff for the Oscars. And we got to talk at the London Hotel in Midtown Manhattan at length, sat down and had coffee, and it was really a pleasure to talk to him. And then he went, I think he went right out to sea right after that on his new ship. So.
Yeah, so cool. Last time you were here in Milwaukee, you were with Tiff. You guys are filming the Surface, and when you were here on our show, you sang for us for a little bit. It was super popular. I want you to sing a little bit, and then we're going to give people information about where they can see Captain Phillips in theaters right now. So go ahead, sing us a little something.
This is an old song. Yellow is the color of my true love's hair in the morning, Tiffany, when I
And I'm wearing yellow for you today.
In the morning, when I rise, that's the time, I love the best.
We love you, Chris!
Love you, kisses! Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Mackenzie says hi, too. She's one of our interns here on The Morning Blend now. So here's where you can find Chris and Captain Phillips. It's in theaters today. He's on screen with Tom Hanks for Captain Phillips with he and Chris Mulkey. Thanks for being here, Chris.